So, it's so simple and so easy for you to rest in being, rest as awareness, and stay with the recognition of your true nature when you're focused on the non-duality video, when you're in the middle of the meditation or at the retreat. But as soon as you go out into the world, you lose it. You go out into situations and circumstances like work or social situations, and it seems extremely hard. You often feel stressed, agitated, anxious, and you're all caught up in the stories in your mind, back into full identification with the mind and the separate self, until everything eventually settles down again. And you get home, and you watch another video, and you recognize the impersonal simplicity of being, and you say to yourself, where the hell was I? For the millionth time, I went on a whole ride again, when I know it's the trap. So why can't I just stay in being and stay with this recognition when I'm out in the world? Why can't I live this non-dual message consistently? Yes, why? Let's answer this question in a way that almost no other speakers on this matter address. Firstly, let us say that the recognition of your true nature is simple, immediate, and unconditional. It hides in plain sight. It's the simplicity of this awareness, this presence of simply being, before all the stories about the past and the future, before all the stories about who you apparently are and all the problems you apparently have. It's this timeless space of now, the simplicity of what's appearing, this presence of awareness that's appearing as your whole life. It's before thought, it's preferenceless, it's needless. And although certain approaches and communications can be relatively effective at triggering this recognition, once the message is heard, there's nothing you need to do to recognize it, apart from stopping what you're already doing and falling back into the simplicity of simply being. Although, of course, you can say, I am. Not, I am this or I am that, just I simply am, and this amness or isness of simply being is recognized once again. However, I've said it before and I'll say it again. A glimpse of your non-dual true nature isn't going to instantly expose, heal, and release all of your stuck emotions and traumas in the body and mind in one go. And this is what's happening when you go out into the world. Contrary to what many people say about this, it's not just because you haven't recognized your true nature deep enough, or practiced self-inquiry enough, or that you simply need to stop getting distracted by all the content of the world so that you rest in being. Some of these could be an element, in a way, but many of you have had this recognition, and more asking, who am I, isn't necessarily going to help so much. This is what's happening when you're going out into the world. The world, situations, circumstances, and perhaps the worst of all, people and relationships, are triggering all the latent contractions and emotions and traumas left in your body by a lifetime of conditioning. And when they're triggered, they fuel this heavy, limited, personal feeling, thought narratives in your mind that you may then identify with, which you're consenting to. At the time, they feel important, magnetic, and they seem to catch your attention and suck it in without you realizing it. And even though this may seem discouraging, this doesn't necessarily mean you're not awake yet, or you're not progressing and going backwards. In fact, it's a wonderful gift. You see, on the level of consciousness, awareness, you're already free. You always were and always will be. Situations, circumstances, and the most turbulent thoughts and emotions cannot disturb your essential being. The world is a shadow compared to who or what you really are, this eternal spirit that transcends all appearances. But on the level of the body and mind, you're not free yet. You've still got all these stuck emotional energy capsules and contractions lurking in the body, the nervous system, and even the energy body. And the gift of the world triggering all of this stuff and bringing it to the surface is that it's bringing it to consciousness so you can be aware of it and you can release it. And so you can become progressively freer on the level of the body and mind too. And when this happens, and as you heal and release each layer of emotional contraction one by one, it's going to seem easier and easier to simply rest in being and flow. These emotional contractions, once they're gone, are gone forever. Done, done, done. And if there's more of it afterwards, that's just another layer. But you can eventually get to the bottom. And as each layer is released, the world isn't triggering them anymore. They're not fueling chaotic personal thought narratives anymore. You experience more presence, spaciousness, calm, ease, flow, harmony, and effortless manifestation. Saying there's no one here or simply resting as awareness isn't going to cut it, I'm afraid. I tried resting as awareness for a couple of years, and although the contractions started softening and emotions did begin to release, it never had me magically getting into the body and the emotions deep enough to trigger the deep healing and releases that I so desperately needed. It's a bit like buying a car. Resting as awareness may lead you to the right car and perhaps an awesome deal, but resting as awareness and doing nothing isn't going to completely cut it, is it? You're still going to have to actually hand your credit card over, make a transaction, and actually drive the car away. There's still something to do. And this is often the case with stuck emotions and traumas. Yes, there's often something that you actually have to do. Your body, brain, and nervous system is like an intricate machine, and it often needs engaging with and steering in the right direction. So, how do we release these stuck emotional energy capsules that surround our body and mind and fuel all of this illusion? The first step is to become very present to what you're actually feeling in the body. Right now, can you become aware of the physical sensations in your body? Not just what you feel on your skin, but deep within your body. You may find sensations of density or tightness in your belly, chest, head, or all over your body. You see, emotions and feelings are often seen as some kind of ethereal, abstract, fluffy thing, but they're not. They are real physical phenomena in the body. Emotional pain is actual physical pain. Whatever you're feeling, especially in those moments in the world that are particularly triggering, withdraw attention from the mind for a moment. Simply notice that you are and feel the sensations you're experiencing in the body. Be fully with them. Fully allow them and welcome them by giving them your attention and noticing that you are the allowing space that allows them to flow through without resistance and is unharmed by them. There will be a spot, both visually and somatically, where you feel more activated. This means when you look at a certain spot and when you pay attention to a certain location in your body, you will feel different and you will notice more emotion. perhaps stress, fear, or anger. When you are activated and you don't go into those stories in the mind and instead stay present and with the feeling, this is when the processing starts and the release eventually happens. You can also use your quiet time and meditation time to feel into your emotional body for where these stuck emotions and contractions lie, and by focusing your attention on them in a kind of trance state, you can coax them out of the body, and often they can release. It's like you're taking the counterintuitive approach. All this time, you may have been distracted from your feelings. You may have even tried to bypass them with spiritual or non-dual tropes like, there's only being, there's only awareness, or there's no one here. But now, you're giving them the light of awareness, and the light of awareness will gradually start to dissolve them, and you will eventually transcend them. However, most of us have experienced some kind of emotional wounding or set of traumas, sometimes complex, that often need a deeper approach than just being with the feelings. Often, we need to actually do something to access the emotional energy and coax it out and have it release. Many body, brain, nervous system approaches like somatic experiencing, EMDR, brain spotting, and several others are effective at healing and liberating this energy. I often draw from some of these modalities and others in my one-on-one coaching to help clients understand and move through and release these feelings. And I deliver approaches that once clients learn through receiving, they can apply in their own life. Use your intuition to find out what person or approach is right for you. I believe that ultimately, any approach should be integrated with the non-dual understanding of reality, whether the person delivering it does it or you do. Because many approaches, although often highly effective, are working with the paradigm of us just being a person, of us just being a body and mind. To resolve the deepest and most existential stuff lying right at the bottom, we must also integrate this with a new paradigm, that we are more than just a person, more than just a body and mind in a material world. All these body, brain, nervous system approaches can be integrated with this new paradigm, that all there is infinite consciousness, and we are this infinite consciousness appearing as the body and mind, filtered into this localized perspective, surrounded by emotional blockages. But that these emotional blockages can be released, so not only can we transcend them, but transcend the body, mind, and the whole of physical existence too, if we want to, all whilst we still walk the earth. For one-on-one coaching inquiries, go to speaktoalex.com. Hope this video helped. See you in the next one. Peace.